Hello awesome people out there, hope you all are doing well. I'm Vikas Tiwari and welcome to Programmers Mode. In this video, we are going to discuss about some CSS shorthand notations that you can utilize to improve your coding efficiency. So without any delay, let's move to the code editor and get started with it. So here on screen, as you can see, I have two files, one is shorthands.html and one is shorthands.css. Here I have connected the style sheet with the HTML page. I have applied globally this property of border 1 pixel solid red so that all the changes that we do, it is visible to you. Let's get started with say margin and padding. Okay, so here I am writing this for your reference. So to define a property, what generally we do, we just select the element and we define the properties, right? Suppose I have to define the margin for it, so I will write margin top, say suppose 0. Then I will define margin right, suppose I have gave it 5 pixel. Then I will define the margin bottom, which is 10 pixel. Then I will define margin left, which is say suppose 15 pixel. Okay, as soon as I save this, you can see the changes here. On the top there is 0 pixel margin, on the right there is 5 pixel margin, and on the bottom there is 10 pixel margin, and on the left there is 15 pixel margin, right? So if we want to define these properties with respect to the CSS shorthand notation, so what we can do is we can simply select the element, and to define the attribute we'll write margin and we'll give the properties like 0 for top, I will write 5 pixel for right, I will write 10 pixel for bottom, and then I will write 15 pixel for left. Okay, so as soon as I save this also works quite fine. So let me quickly explain you 3 more ways how you can define your margin. So let me comment out this as well. Here I will write div, then margin. Okay, so here what I will do, I will say I'm giving 5 pixel, then 10 pixel, and then 15 pixel. Okay, so what I have done here, I have assigned 5 pixel to top. So here as you can see, I have given the margin of 5 pixel, and then to the right and to the left I have given the margin of 10 pixel, and on the bottom I have given the margin of 15 pixel. So let me quickly write this for your reference. Top, right, bottom and left. So here also I will write this like top, then we have assigned that for right, then left, and then bottom. Okay, I will comment this out and I will move ahead with next one. Div, and I will define the property of margin like 0 pixels and say 10 pixels. So as you can see here, on top and on bottom I have given margin of 0, and on right and left I have given margin of 10 pixels. Let me write it quickly here as well. This is for top, bottom, right and left. So I will comment out this. And one last way how you can define margin is you can simply write margin and you can give 5 pixel. Okay, so what this will do, it will assign 5 pixel for top, right, bottom and left. So let's comment out this and move to the border property. Okay, let me write here border. So if anyone says to define the border properties, what we are going to do, we are going to just simply select the element on which we have to define this border property. Okay, so I will write border with, so I will give suppose you also border with 5 pixel only. So I will define border style, suppose dashed, we have like border color blue. So this is the way how we generally define the properties for border. So if we want to define this with respect to the CSS shorthand notations, so for that we can do is just write div and border. So on first hand here I will define the width of the border. Okay, so here I will write 5 pixel, then I will pass on the styling. Suppose here I pass dotted. So here I will give yellow as a border color. Okay, and save it. So here you can see style is applied. So I will comment out this. And there is one more thing that I want to tell you about is we can define the border width like top, right, bottom, left in a similar manner the way we define the margin. So if generally we have to define the border width, what we do is we simply write border top width, and then I will pass out the pixels. Then I will pass border right width, and say suppose I gave here 10 pixels. Then I will pass on border bottom width. Then I will pass here, say suppose 5 pixel. And then we have one last property which is border left width, and then here also I will pass on 10 pixels. So I will save this. So here you can see how generally we define the border width. But if we have to go with the CSS shorthand notations, for that we can write div, and here I will write border width, and then I will pass on 5 pixel and 10 pixel. Okay, so 5 pixel is for, yes, you guessed it right, top and bottom, and 10 pixel is for right and left. So let me save this quickly, and you can see the changes applied here. The same properties is applied with respect to the CSS shorthand notations. Let's continue. So next here comes the font family. Let's define it quickly. We'll pass on font family. I have to pass the font size. Say suppose I have passed 12 pixels, then I have to give it font weight. I will write here bold. Then I have to pass the property of font style. For this I will write italic. Then we have, say suppose font variant. So for font variant I'm just passing normal. Okay, then we have line height. So line height, say suppose 1.5. Let's save this. So as you see how we generally define the properties with respect to the font. So if we have to define these properties with respect to the CSS shorthand notations, what we'll do, we'll simply select this element div. I will write font. So I will firstly pass the style italic, and then I will pass the font weight. Now I will pass the font size, that is 12 pixel slash, here I will pass the line height 1.5. So I will pass here the font family. So with respect to the CSS shorthand notations, we can define it in this way. So let's comment out this as well. So let's move ahead and start with background. So let's quickly define the general way first, and then we'll move to the CSS shorthand notations. Okay, so here I will write background color, and here I will pass this color, and then we can pass the background image. So here I'm giving it none for now. You can define it like URL and then pass on the path to it, but right now I don't have any image file, so I'm defining this property as none. What I will do, I will write background repeat no repeat, and then we have background attachment. Say suppose I give it scroll, and then we have a background position. So this I will pass on like top and left. So I will save this. So as you can see here how we can define the background properties in a general way. Okay, so let me comment this quickly, and let's move to the CSS shorthand notations. So what I will do here, I will define this property of background. So I will quickly pass on the color that we chose, and then here we will pass the background image like I've showed you the URL one, but yeah, in my case I will write this as none. Then I will pass the repeat property as no repeat, and then we will pass this as 0 and 0. So in this way we can define the background properties. So let me comment out this as well. So let's discuss about color, how we can write colors hash value. If I have to pass background color, and I will pass on suppose hash 00 FF, and I will save this. Okay, what if I have to write this in CSS shorthand notation? So I will comment this out, and then here I will write background color, and with respect to the CSS shorthand notation I can write here hash 0 FF, and then I will save it. Okay, in this way we can define all the color properties with respect to the CSS shorthand notations. For today that is all. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it was helpful, then do subscribe and share with your mates. We will meet again with an amazing and interesting topic. Until then, take care and thanks for listening.